Hello Grace Art, it is March and we are doing the Kings and Queens module, which is going to span roughly from 330 AD through current day representation. So we're doing the Byzantine period, medieval period, and Renaissance period, portraitures and caricatures for royalty. We have kind of a gradation of projects this month. We start with the young guys. With the young folks, there are two templates, a big queen and a big king. They can use the oil pastels to color these in. And then on the cart you're going to find, hang on, little tiny papers, all cut up like this. What we did with the kindergarten is we had them color it in. They then bedazzled their king or queen. They then cut the king or queen out and mounted it on gold paper. The big thing here that we're trying to bring home is that the kings and royalty are represented through gold, jewels, purples, the royal blues to show that they are royalty and differentiate themselves. Let me first say that with the Byzantine period the focus was on mosaics. On the medieval it was tapestries, and no, we are not weaving rugs. And then lastly with Renaissance it was the oil paintings, and we are not painting this month. So, first option was with those templates. You can see here on this one it was colored. They then glued on some appliques. They cut out their king and mounted it onto the gold background. Alternatively, on the older kids, we had them actually sit for a portrait. Their buddy drew their self-portrait. They then colored it in, bedazzled it, etc. This is much better for the younger ages. This is much better for the bigger kids here. So like 5th, 6th grade for the self-portraits. It took a long time for them to do this. Second suggestion is if you wanted to go mosaic, it was the same idea where there was a template, they could do the mosaic, or they could do the draw it and then do a mosaic. What we found is that at this size, which is the 8.5 by 11 standard piece of paper, was way too big. The older kids, the 6th grade, or 5th grade rather, totally bored with it. So instead, what you're going to find when you come in here are manila folders. Please try to keep them organized. Big queen, big king, those are for the coloring, and then the accent bejewels. Alternatively, you're going to find little tiny cutouts like this, and the same thing for the king. They can then do a mosaic of these to put it together. It will take a long time. It's best to do a little bit of glue stick, glue on the little pieces that are there, and go from that point on. What's important is that you don't really want the dead space. Again, they got bored with this one, but they started out really strong with that. Lastly, if you wanted to go mosaic and kind of embrace the Byzantine period with the mosaics in the churches and whatnot, there were two different examples we did. There's a template with roses. We have the larger one. Again, don't do the big one. This right here took me the better part of 45 minutes. The kids, and I was working hard. The kids won't work that hard. But this is the flower mosaic that we did. Alternatively, Amy did a really neat one that to kind of go with the Greek and Roman earlier period. With the black construction paper, she then took a white oil pastel, sketched in a boat or a design, and then using white tiles, tiled in the rest of it to look like that. So there's your mosaic options. Little note, this is all that's in here, so plan on coming in and cutting little tiny squares. If you go into any of the copy rooms, there's one on the larger side, one on the larger side. The older kids side, there's also another one on the other one. And the other side you'll find that there's scrap construction paper in there. Go in there and just cut out little tiny tiles. Additionally, in order to get the gold, because we really are emphasizing that the kings and queens use their gold, they had the halos, the headdresses, etc. There are rolls of reversible silver and gold paper. A little bit of this goes a long way. Just cut off a strip and then just cut the little squares to go in there. Again, the kindergartners, they just really had a nice project with this one. They took their time coloring in their royalty, did the accent pieces, whether it was with armor or jewels in the crown or necklaces around their neck, cut it out and then mounted it on the gold paper background. It worked out really well with the younger kids. And then I also ran into Jenny Webb and Tina Falkenberry, who were just with the 6th graders, and they said that the sitting portrait that the kids sketched of each other, then colored in, and then did accent pieces on top of, worked really well with the older kids. So have fun with this month. If you have any questions, email Amy or myself. Have a good one.